The damage done to Hong Kong's government building will take weeks to repair, and the disruption caused to its administration will last even longer. The UK has enraged China by failing to condemn the vandalism. Beijing has made a formal complaint about Jeremy Hunt, but today he further escalated the row by failing to rule out sanctions if China breaches a joint declaration guaranteeing Hong Kong autonomy.
Well, no foreign secretary would ever spell out what any consequences might be, because that actually might provoke the very thing we're trying to avoid. But I do want to send a message that we would not let it rest. It would be a very serious matter for us if that agreement were to be breached.
Hundreds of protesters took part in Monday's destructive demonstrations, and overnight the first arrests were made. A 14-year-old among the 12 people detained. The Chinese government has labelled the Foreign Secretary's comments irresponsible and urged him not to repeat his mistakes. Victor Gao warns the leadership candidate against stoking trouble.
UK government can call on the people in Hong Kong to abide by the law, to respect the police enforcement efforts, rather than, for example, pouring fuel onto a very big fire in Hong Kong.
During the storming of Hong Kong's debating chamber, a British colonial flag was draped over the lectern. Those who defaced the city's seat of power claimed despair drove them to act in the extreme. It was the culmination of 3 weeks of protests, and one of those who organised the mass marches says although millions took to the streets, they need Britain's voice.
The UK, of course, have the responsibility to say things for Hong Kong people, to do something to make China to fulfill their promises instead of keep breaking it.
This sideline spat is an unwelcome distraction for Beijing as it deals with Hong Kong's political crisis. China has accused Britain of having colonial-era delusions, of basking in a faded glory. The two countries are meant to be enjoying an era of golden relations, but Jeremy Hunt appears to have picked a fight in order to show off his prime ministerial potential. Debbie Edward, News at 10, Beijing.